You've just finished learning about the 13 colonies and slavery in the colonies. This project will cap off your learning about slavery in America during the colonial era. This project will be historical fiction. Historical fiction presents a story that is set in the past, often during a significant time period. Historical fiction, the time period is an important part of the setting and often the story itself. This may include fictional characters, well-known historical figures, or a mixture of the two. That is what you're going to be doing with your slave story. So let's first look at the final product. For the final product, you're going to be creating a story, and you'll also have a presentation that goes along with this. The presentation will only be pictures and will enhance your story. The story will be told through the eyes of a slave. If you click on example, this will take you to an example that I have written. So you can read through this example to get some ideas. I spent about a paragraph or two on each of the main topics that you'll need to cover. Next, your character. This should be the first thing that you start to develop. This is what you're going to develop day one. Your character is going to be fictional. So you're going to make up the character. Give the character a name. Maybe describe the character to yourself so that you know how your character will experience different events that happen to them. The events your character face will be real. The purpose of developing your character is so that you will personalize the story or the experience that your character has. You also want the reader to experience these events from the perspective of your character or the slave. Step 1, research. There are 7 ideas that you need to research, 7 pieces of information that you need to get. On each one of these numbers, there is a link to a research document to help guide you in your research. So research all 7 of those, probably even before you start to write your story. After you research those, write your story. The story will be historical fiction. Your character will experience those 7 events that you research. So your character is going to personalize these events. Again, there is a link right here where it says story to my example that I have created for you to use. Have fun with the story. The story does not have to take place during colonial America. If you want to give it a science fiction edge or use animals or other things to represent characters or things that happened, you can do this. Next, your presentation. Create a presentation, at least 8 slides. I have created a sample presentation here that I will show you. So notice that my presentation is all pictures. The pictures are going to be used to enhance the story that I have written. Along with being 8 slides, the first slide should be an advertisement for your book cover or your story. The final slides will only be images. You are not limited to only having 7 images or 8 slides. In fact, as you read your story, if you have 4 or 5 different slides with images per topic, that would really enhance your story. Step 4, you're going to present. You're going to read your story while showing your slides on the smartboard. Now you know the directions for your project. On day 1, I want you to really start to develop your character and possibly get started on some of your research.